Alright, so I'm wearing my awesome DEFCON Delta Tactical t-shirt. I'm a partner for DEFCON Delta. I help them make business decisions, and I'm also an instructor for them. That's for another video. We'll talk about Awake and Alive and stuff like that in another video. But I want to talk about a tip for success from me. So what I do whenever I receive a new firearm, it's usually got some kind of machining grease or machining oil on it. And if it's an AR-15 type rifle, I will take the bolt carrier group and charging handle out of it, and I'll clean that machining grease off of it, and I'll lubricate the bolt carrier group and bolt really well, and then put it back together. I'll run my initial rounds to it, like that day, whatever day I'm going to shoot it. I'll run, X amount of rounds to it. It doesn't really matter. Just pick a number. And then I'll bring the rifle home that day, and that's whenever I'll actually clean the chamber and the bore and the bolt carrier group and all that stuff. And whenever I clean all of that stuff, then the next time that I go out to the range, then I start concentrating on the type of precision that I can receive out of the rifle. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just stop right there, because I know people are going to ask me about what I just said. So, precision is being able to achieve a shot group size. So it's usually measured in an angular unit of measure, being minutes. In America, it's usually minutes of angle, which are equal to 1.0472 inches at 100 yards, or shooter minute of angle, which is 1 inch at 100 yards, or mils, which are 10 centimeters at 100 meters. That's your precision, right? So like a 1 MOA gun shoots 1.047 inch groups at 100 yards. That's a 1 MOA gun. And that is your precision. That is the precision of that rifle. Accuracy is the ability to achieve point of aim and point of impact. So, alright, so I'm going to go over this really quick. Keep in mind, this is not a precision rifle. This is a non-free floated A2 front sight, and I'm shooting, 855 ammo out of it. So, keep that in mind. Whenever I do this, I'm going to show you the quick, down and dirty way that I do it. Well, quick for me. Alright, so for my lower receiver, I'll typically just take a look at it, wipe it down a little bit after my initial firing. Just wipe it. Make sure that everything's all, that's the thing. And this one actually has a mil-spec trigger in it too, so if that tells you anything about how much I care about it. Alright, and then I'll take my upper receiver, and I will take my bolt carrier group and my charging handle out. Alright, so now I will take my Otis cleaning kit. Keep in mind, this is not a precision rifle. I'll take my Otis cleaning kit 556 brush, and I will send it down the bore 3 to 5 times. I'll do 3. I only shot like 30 rounds through it. So glad you guys are here to hang out with me while I do this. It would have been boring otherwise. Y'all aren't big talkers though. I'm sure y'all will be in the comments. Why does my phone fucking do that? That is ridiculous. It just starts focusing on whatever it wants. Alright, so I'll run a brush through it like 3 to 5 times. I'm only going to do 3 for this one because I fired literally 30 rounds through it and that's it. Alright, then I'm done with that brush. Now this part's going to drive some people crazy. Alright, so then I'll take my star chamber cleaner. It cleans your barrel extension and also your chamber. So then I take it and I put it down up in there. And I hold on to it, and then I twist it. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so then I'm done with that. Alright, and then I will take my Otis, what would this be? It's not a rod cable, Otis cleaning cable, something like that. I'll take some Hoppe's number 9. I'll pour just a little bit in the cap. Just a little bit. Tastes good. I actually like the way it smells. It kind of smells like bananas. And that shit is bananas. And I'll take a little patch. I'll dip it in there. I'll fold it in half like this, as you can see. Thread it through. This turned into a rifle cleaning video, I'm sorry. Alright. I will run it. It's sitting in my lap. Doing this in my living room floor. I'm sure I could do this with, some kind of better angle for you guys. But it's my YouTube channel, I can do whatever I want. Y'all just don't have to watch. Accuracy and precision. I don't know if any of you guys have read any of Brian Litz's books, but if you're into, long range shooting and stuff, I would suggest you do so. Alright, so then it was folded this way whenever it went through the first time. So what I do then is I take the opposite ends, you see, open it back up, and then I turn it, and then fold it back down the other way. And then I run it through on the back side. Keep in mind. Oh. My camera decided to be a piece of shit again. Not a precision rifle. Alright, so we run it through that way. Alright. I hope you're all having a good day. It's Friday. I should be out partying and such, right? No, not me. Not for me. I'll probably go shoot tomorrow. I live in North Carolina. So there's quite a few places that I can shoot. Not enough, obviously. Actually, me and my wife were looking for same thing, just this one's dry. Me and my wife were recently looking for a house in Dallas. We live in Belmont. So, yeah. I know there's a lot of famous YouTube motherfuck, why does it do that? It just automatically unfocuses. My phone's a fucking asshole. Small rant. That is aggravating though. I don't know why it goes in and out of focus like that. I mean, I understand it's trying to capture whatever's moving and such, and whatever's closer and then farther from the camera. So I'm doing a whole bunch of moving around. But that's just getting annoying. I'll probably cut some of this out. I'll cut me running these rags in and out of it. Oh, but you'll see me do it with at least one. Do it again. Okay, and then after I run a few patches through, wet and then dry, then I will check the star chamber and see how dirty or clean it is. And it's not that bad. And then I'll run some Q-tips in there. I know I'm a terrible, horrible person. I don't know anything about guns because I use Q-tips to clean them. So, yep, that's okay. That is fine. The water's cold. Oh no. And then I'll just kind of give my upper receiver a little wipe down. Nothing crazy. I'm not going to spend 5 hours cleaning this thing. Alright, next I will take a t-shirt and the remainder of the Hobbies number 9 that I have, I will pour it on the t-shirt or whatever I'm using as a rag, and I'll wipe a charging handle with it. And again, I'm sure plenty of people are going to say, well, he doesn't know what he's talking about, he's doing it wrong, blah 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 blah, and that's fine. You do it your way, I'll do it my way. It's worked for me for years. I'm not saying that I know everything or anything like that, because I know I don't. I know there's plenty of people who are more knowledgeable. I'm just saying this is the way that I do it for this type of rifle. And then I will take some of this 3-in-1. I'll put it on here. And then I'll... And that's the only way to do that. And then I will take my receiver. I'll go ahead and put that motherfucker, and I'll put it in there. I'll find it. I will find the hole. There it is. Alright, I'll go ahead and put that up there, because that's where it belongs. That's its home, and it's not too good for its home. Alright, so now I'm going to take this here rag, and I will take the small parts first. So, you've got your firing pin retaining pin, and I'll just give it a little wipe down. It's got some bullshit on it, so, alright, that's good. It's wiped down enough. Keep in mind, I'm not trying to like clean these or belittle people who, you know, clean the shit out of their guns like the Army makes us do. But, you know, like some people do, just clean their guns for hours, and that's annoying to me. I shoot too much to clean my guns for 5 hours every time I shoot, or I would never get to shoot anymore if that was the case. So, anyway, I'm wiping down the cam pin right now. Just wiping it down, that's all I'm doing. Firing pin, you can tell some freedom happened here. Probably. Might be able to tell. Yeah. Because this gun got shot in it. Just give it a little wipe. Just wiping it down. Sit it over here. Grab my bolt. And I usually won't take my bolt apart to clean it. For something like 30 rounds. But whenever I do clean them a little bit better, I'll take the extractor claw off. I'll like take the motherfucker. I need this thing to stop doing that. I'll actually clean down into the channel where the firing pin sits. What else? I'll do something else that's really cool. And then I'll take a knife and I will scrape the carbon off of it too. So I do a couple of extra things whenever I shoot it a little bit more, but I'm still like in the early stages where I'm still like what I call seasoning the barrel and stuff like that. I'm seasoning the whole rifle. Everything you have to shoot it a few times so that the machining kind of works itself in. You get out some of those, you know, hard lines that are in some of the machines and stuff like that. Anyway, and then the bolt carrier group, I'll just wipe it down. Just wipe it down. Alright. Oh yeah, so I'm going to talk about being serious for a minute right now. So, some instructors that I go deal with, talk to, whatever, they're super serious all the time. And I mean, I don't know if it's they got something to prove kind of thing, or maybe they just take their job very seriously, and I can appreciate that too. But I learn things through humor, you know, like it's something that makes me laugh or whatever, and it also makes me want to come back, you know, like it makes me want to like be friends with that person or whatever. So I don't take life too seriously, you know, you're not gonna get alive anyway. Alright, so after I just wipe those things down, it's super simple. Now I'm going to go over the lubrication of the bolt carrier group, the bolt, and everything like that. Mother shit! I'd really like for this camera to stop being a dickhead. There we go, for 5 seconds. Alright, so this is actually what I do whenever I first get the gun also. Like, I lubricate it the same way. So first, I will take the bolt carrier, and I will take my lube, and I'll just lube that hole. You heard me. Just lube the hole. Lube the hole. Not what goes in, just the hole. We've made mistakes. We've learned. Alright, so I'll go ahead and do that. Then I will take my bolt. And now people are going to say, you're over-lubing your gun. And I'm going to be like, okay. Anyway, so I will put a couple little drops of Earl on there. And then I'll just rub it. I'll give it a good rub down. Rubbing it. And then I'll put it on my lugs. Put a couple of drops on the lugs. wipe it down. Alright. And then I'll set it over here. I might wipe it just a little bit. I got a little crazy. Get a little crazy for the camera there. I apologize. I don't usually do that. Alright. So then you'll take your bolt carrier and your bolt. Stick my bolt inside of it. And it goes in there nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. I'll rotate that over. Alright, then I'll take my cam pin. And you should already have some oil on your hands because you don't wear gloves whenever you clean your gun like a pussy. So, I'll just go ahead and wipe what's on my fingers on there. Then I'll put that in there where it belongs. I'll send that forward, rotate it. I will grab my firing pin. And we've all put an AR-15 back together before, I'm sure. And then my firing pin, retaining pin. Still a new gun. So it's kind of a tight fit. It's not my first time, I promise. Second time. There it goes. There it goes. Alright, now this part's going to drive some people crazy. Huh, I just realized whenever I sat up like this, I was like, they don't know if I'm wearing pants or underwear or anything. I could be shirt cocking it right now. I'm Winnie the Pooh in this shit. Alright, so anyway. Alright, so then I've got my bolt carrier group complete. Back assembled and everything. And then, you know, everything inside is lubricated and it moves freely enough. It's mil-spec stuff, I believe. This is a PSA. And I mean, this one's actually really smooth. I wasn't expecting it to be so smooth for not to be like a phosphate or nitride or boron or anything like that. So I mean, and just like most PSA products, they work just fine. I mean, I've never had an issue with PSA, and the reason I say most is because I can't speak for every single product because I don't have every single product. I'm actually working with PSA right now about getting them to send me some stuff to test out for them. And they're not the only company. There's a couple other companies I'm talking to that I don't feel comfortable naming just yet. But there's a couple of companies that are talking about sending me some stuff that I can review for you guys and tell you what I think. Maybe it's because I'm an honest guy or something. It's because I cuss, I know it. Alright, so then I'm going to insert it. Yeah, it's inserted. AF. And then, alright, back to the lower. So, since I only fired it like 30 times, I'm not going to take the buffer and buffer spring out. It just doesn't make sense. I didn't fire it enough for any of that. But what I will do is, I will take my lower receiver. I'm going to get this in the light so you can see it. And I'll go ahead and drop that hammer down. Not by just pulling the trigger and dropping it, because I've seen bad things happen. Anyway, and down inside of there, where your sear engagement happens, I will put one little drop of lube right there. Usually wearing my headlamp for this. Oh yeah, and another thing too. So normally whenever I get a mil-spec trigger or the EPT trigger or whatever, even some hyperfire triggers, I normally don't have to do it for hyperfire triggers, but just certain triggers, I'll usually go over them with some sandpaper and do a little trigger job and smooth them out and stuff like that. Maybe some polishing stones, you know, stuff like that to get everything all like smooth and slick and everything like that. But I wanted this one to be like, oh my dick, why the fuck does it always do that? There we go, it's back to normal. But for this one I didn't want to do that just because it was like all mil-spec, so I wanted it to have a shitty mil-spec trigger, and it does. Alright. Since I said that, I'll go ahead and say this. A good trigger doesn't make a gun more precise. It makes it more shootable, which can help your accuracy. Anyway, so that's it right there. That's what I do whenever I'm like, that's the way that I lubricate the bolt carrier group and stuff before I go shoot it the first time. That's the way that I clean the bore and chamber and stuff on a rifle like this. After I go do my initial shoot. The next time that I take this out, probably tomorrow, I'm actually going to slap a scope on it and see what kind of precision I can get out of it. I will most likely shoot IMI 77 grain. Motherfuck there. God damn it. Why phone? Why do you hate me? I'm gonna get a fucking iPhone. This is ridiculous. I'll edit that part out, maybe. I'll slap a scope on this thing and see what kind of precision I'm going to get. I'm going to use IMI 77 grain, IMI 69 grain, and then the regular 62 grain 855 that I'm normally shooting out of it. And then I'll go back to my iron sights because that's what I'm going to run on this one's irons. Yeah. The end and such. Alright, so since I just said that about putting a scope on it, just so that we're clear, a scope does not make a rifle more precise. It helps you see better. Marksmanship is marksmanship is marksmanship. Proper implementation of the shot process is going to be the same. It's just magnified optics can help you see better. That's what I wanted to say about that.